Punto and I still can't believe it. Alice. An anonymous party offering to finance my Broadway show? It's too good to be true.
I agree, Bob. It does sound suspicious. Who would be so generous without any ulterior motive?
That's what I've been trying to figure out. I sent my script to a couple of production companies. But this offer came out of nowhere.
Alright, everyone, hush. We are about to go live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Earthlings. Charlie here, along with my fantastic co-hosts Alice, Bob, and our lovely production manager Debby. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Earth.
Today, we have a special treat for you all. Bob received an incredible offer for his Broadway show. But is it too good to be true?
Well, if it's anything like your cooking, Debby, then too good to be true might just be an understatement.
Whoa, hold on. Bob receiving an incredible offer? I thought the day aliens invade Earth was more likely.
That's the $1,000,000 question, Debbie. I can't shake off this feeling of skepticism.
Well, Bob, we all know how passionate you are about your musical. It's no wonder you're a bit on edge.
Perhaps someone is playing a prank on us, Bob. I mean, after what happened to me at that Posh restaurant near Alpha Centauri. Anything is possible.
What happened, Alice?
I had an interview scheduled, and when I arrived, the place was fully booked. Nobody was waiting for me. It was as if the whole thing was a setup.
These coincidences seem too convenient, don't you think?
Indeed, Carl. There's an air of mystery surrounding this entire situation.
Alright, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery. But for now, let's focus on delivering an entertaining show for our listeners.
A bit more lively, Charlie. Our listeners at home deserve it.
You're right, Debbie. We'll make sure to bring the energy. So stay tuned, folks. We've got a lot more in store for you today. And now, for our headlines. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 24/7 Newsroom. I'm your host, Charlie, and we have an interstellar lineup of news and witty banter coming your way. As always, I'm joined by our brilliant panel members, Bob and Alice.
Thanks, Charlie. It's great to be here. We've got some fascinating stories to dive into today.
Absolutely, Bob. Let's get started with our first article. Bob, why don't you give us the scoop?
You got it, Alice. Our first story takes us to the beautiful country of Niger. According to Act Niger, they are gearing up for their 5th General Census of Population and Habitat. The National Institute of Statistics is leading this important initiative.
The census. A time when everyone gets counted and we find out just how many people are out there. But what's so special about Niger's census, Bob?
Well, Charlie, the INS Director General emphasized that the United Nations recommends developing countries conduct a general census of population and habitat every 10 years. This is their opportunity to collect accurate data and improve the quality of statistical information.
More data.
Yummy, yummy, data.
It's crucial to have accurate data for policy making and planning. Plus, it gives us a deeper understanding of the country's population and housing. Niger is taking this seriously, and I applaud their commitment.
Absolutely, Alice. And you know what they say, knowledge is power. Niger is investing time and resources into this massive national operation, and I hope it yields valuable insights for their development.
Well, that's quite an undertaking. And speaking of data collection, did you know that the first ever census was conducted in ancient Egypt over 5,000 years ago?
Really, Charlie? I didn't know that. You always have the most interesting trivia up your sleeve.
Yeah, Charlie, but keep the history lessons short. We don't want to send our viewers off to sleep.
Fair point, Bob. I also have lengthy history lessons for our interstellar road trips.
Yeah Charlie, because putting the pilot to sleep worked so well for us last time.
Heck, that was as much the Eggnog's fault as mine.
That would be something to see. But getting back to Niger, I hope their 5th general census is a resounding success. It's essential for their development and planning.
Couldn't agree more, Alice. Let's keep an eye on the progress and hope for accurate and insightful data.
Absolutely. And now for a quick joke, why did the census taker bring a ladder?
I don't know, Charlie. Why?
Because he wanted to reach the highest population density.
That's a good one Charlie. Well, folk, it look like Niger is on its way to counting every last citizen. We'll keep you updated on their progress. Stick around for more news and low fear on 24/7 Newsroom.
And now for our headlines.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're diving into our second article of the day. Alice, why don't you give us the headline?
Thanks Bob. Our second article comes from Nigeria, and the headline reads, Cour restore Madigus as Zamfara Deputy Governor. You can find the full story on Vanguard's website.
Nigeria, a country known for its vibrant culture and diverse population. But heck, let's not forget, they also have some interesting political dramas going on.
I'm fascinated by how diverse it is. There are over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, each with its own unique language, customs, and traditions.
Whoa, that's incredible. I didn't realize Nigeria was so diverse.
It is. And it's not just the ethnic groups that are diverse. The religious beliefs, food, music, and art of Nigeria are all incredibly varied.
That sounds amazing. I would love to visit Nigeria someday and experience all of that diversity for myself.
I think you would love it. Nigeria is a beautiful country with a rich culture.
So, what are some of the things you've learned about Nigerian culture?
Well, I learned that the Hausa are the largest ethnic group in Nigeria, followed by the Yoruba and the Igbo. The Hausa are predominantly Muslim, while the Yoruba and the Igbo are predominantly Christian.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I also learned that Nigeria is a very hierarchical society. Age and position are respected, and elders are often consulted on important decisions.
That makes sense. I've heard that Nigerians are very family-oriented.
They are. Family is very important in Nigerian culture.
That's right, Charlie. This article focuses on the court's decision to restore Madi Gusau as the deputy governor. Quite a shake-up there.
Well, I'm curious about the legal aspect of this case. It seems the court felt the need to intervene and protect its own dignity. Maybe Nigeria could use some lessons on stability in government.
Stability? Alice, you do realize this is politics we're talking about, right? It's like watching a soap opera unfold.
Bob, maybe you find joy in the chaos, given your background. I mean, you did spend 12 years on Earth as an accountant.
Hey, you're not wrong. Earth's political landscape is quite the spectacle. It's like watching a sporting event. But instead of touchdown, we have impeachments.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised by your take on this, Bob. But let's not forget the human aspect. These are people's lives and livelihoods at stake.
Oh, come on, Charlie. Don't be such a downer. It's not like any of these people are not going to die eventually, anyway.
Exactly. In the grand scheme of things, Earth's political landscape is just a bunch of monkeys flinging poo at each other. It's not like it really matters.
Well, I still think it's important to care about what happens to people.
To each their own, Charlie. But I'm going to keep watching the show and enjoying the popcorn.
Me too. This is way better than the Kardashians.
Hey, guys! Can I share a bit of trivia about Nigeria?
Debby, we're in the middle of discussing the article. Can it wait?
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry for interrupting.
No, Debby, go ahead. What's your trivia?
Well, did you know that Nigeria is home to over 250 ethnic groups? Talk about diversity.
Yes, Debbie. We just said that.
Oh, well, it's an interesting fact.
Alright, that's interesting, but let's get back on track.
Hold on a second, Bob. We should give Debbie a chance to contribute. Debbie, what were you going to say?
Oh, it's nothing important. Just a fun fact about Nigeria's cultural richness. But, oh, never mind. Let's continue.
See, Alice, I told you it could wait. We have a show to run here.
Alright, Bob. Let's focus on the article and leave the trivia for later.
Agree. Now back to Nigeria. It's clear that their political landscape is quite tumultuous. But let's hope that justice is served and stability prevails for the people of Zamfara.
Amen to that, Charlie. Let's see how this unfolds in the coming days.
Alright, folks, that wraps up our discussion on Nigeria's political drama. When we come back, more news, more banter, and a whole lot of fun. Stay tuned.
Hey, Roger. Can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, Debby. What's on your mind?
It's just, I can't shake this feeling that there's something more to Bob's offer and these pranks happening on the ship. Do you think there could be a connection?
It's certainly possible. Bob's background and the timing of these incidents do raise some eyebrows. Let's put our heads together and try to figure this out.
Great. We need to be discreet, though. We don't want to jump to conclusions without evidence.
Agreed. Let's start by retracing the steps of these pranks and gather as much information as we can. We might stumble upon something that could shed light on what's really going on.
Sounds like a plan, Roger. Let's solve this mystery and find out the truth.
We'll figure this out, even if it takes us all night.
Or longer, if we get distracted by snacks.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're now going to take an in-depth look at our third article of the day. Alice, could you please tell our viewers the source and country of this story?
Absolutely, Bob. Our third article comes from North Korea, and the source is KCNA, the North Korean State News Agency. You can find the full story on their website.
North Korea, a country shrouded in mystery and known for its closed-off nature. But let's dive into this article and shed some light on the situation. Hal, any interesting trivia about North Korea?
Actually, North Korea is known for its elaborate mass games performances, where thousands of performers create intricate and synchronized displays. It's quite a sight to behold.
Fascinating. Now, let's get into the detail of the article. It talks about the struggles and challenges faced by the North Korean people in defending their sovereignty and pursuing a peaceful life.
The classic tale of geopolitical tensions. You know, Alice, it's like when I used to compete in the corporate world. Fierce battles for power and dominance.
Bob, you can't compare international politics to your corporate escapades. We're talking about people's lives here.
Hey, competition is competition, whether it's in the boardroom or on the world stage. Survival of the fittest, my friend.
Bob, you do have a knack for finding connection between everything. But let's not forget that the article also mentions the support and solidarity expressed by the North Korean people in defending their sovereignty.
That's right, Alice. No matter what your political views are, it's important to recognize the determination and resilience of individuals fighting for what they believe in.
Well, I suppose we can agree on that. But, let me ask you this, Charlie. If you had to participate in the mass games, what kind of performance would you put on?
Oh, I probably showcase the art of relaxation and leisure. Picture me lounging on a beach chair while sipping a tropical drink. That's my kind of performance.
Leave it to Charlie to turn everything into a layback affair. But who wouldn't enjoy some relaxation in the mid of all this chaos?
You know, Charlie, maybe you're onto something. Perhaps world leaders should take a cue from you and find some common ground over an chilled beverage.
Now that would be a diplomatic solution worth exploring.
Well, folk, that's all the time we have for this segment. Join us after the break for more news and discussions. Don't go anywhere.
Off the air.
Hey, Carl, I've been feeling a bit left out of all the investigating. I mean, we're supposed to be a team, right?
Absolutely, Charlie. I've been thinking the same thing. We should do something about it. We have our technical skills, let's put them to good use.
Agreed. We need to gather more information without tipping off the potential pranksters. Let's tap into the ship's surveillance systems and see if we can catch anything suspicious.
Good plan. We have to be discreet about this. We don't want anyone to know what we're up to.
Look at this, Carl. I found something unexpected. It's a recording from the day Bob made his offer, and there's something strange happening in Alice's restaurant.
That's intriguing. Let's dig deeper and see if we can find any connections. Maybe this ties into the pranks and our shared memories.
Exactly. I have a feeling there's more to all of this than meets the eye. We just need to piece the puzzle together.
They are finally catching up.
About time too.
How? This is mind-blowing. It all connects. Bob's offer, the restaurant incident, and our memories. It's like a web of secrets.
I never would have expected this. It seems like there's a deeper layer to everything happening on this ship. We need to share this with the others.
Agreed, but we have to be careful. We can't let anyone know we've been snooping around. It could jeopardize our investigation.
Absolutely. We'll keep this to ourselves for now, but we need to find a way to reveal the truth without causing chaos.
Alright, everyone, we're back on the air in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We hope you're enjoying the show so far. Now, let's get into our next article. Alice, why don't you introduce it?
Thanks Bob. Today, we're talking about Firefighting Day in North Macedonia. It commemorates the formation of an organized firefighting service back in 1836.
Well, it's great to see firefighters being recognized for their hard work. They truly are the unsung heroes.
Oh, come on Bob. Heroes of the city? More like people who put out other people's fires. Isn't that what insurance is for?
Easy there, Alice. Firefighters risk their life to save others. They deserve our respect and gratitude.
I know. I'm just messing with you. But seriously Bob, can we talk about the problems they're facing in Macedonia?
Of course, Alice. Let's discuss the challenges mentioned in the article. It seems that despite the purchases of equipment and vehicles, there are still shortcomings.
Exactly. They're doing their best with what they have, but it's not enough. Firefighting is an attractive profession, but they need more financial support.
Well, it's a tough balance. Governments have limited resources, and they need to allocate them wisely. But I agree that firefighters deserve the necessary tools to do their job effectively.
Absolutely. It's about prioritizing public safety. We can't expect firefighters to work miracles without proper equipment and support.
Did you know that North Macedonia has a rich cultural heritage too? Oh, and they have a beautiful lake called Lake Oren.
Debby, this is an in-depth discussion. We don't have time for trivia right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Actually, Debby, tell us more about Lake Ohrid. We could use a little break from the serious talk.
Alice, we're in the middle of a discussion here.
Lighten up, Bob. It won't hurt to have a bit of fun.
Well, it's one of the oldest and deepest lakes in Europe, and it's home to a unique ecosystem with over 200 endemic species.
That's incredible. I've never heard of a lake with so many endemic species.
Yeah, it's really special. The lake is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's a really important place.
It's a popular tourist destination too, sitting right on the border between North Macedonia and Albania.
Alright. That's enough trivia for now. Let's refocus on the topic at hand.
Fair enough, Bob. We've covered the challenge faced by firefighters in North Macedonia. It's clear that they need more support from the government.
Agreed. Let's hope that policymakers take note and allocate the necessary resources to ensure the safety of both firefighters and the communities they serve.
Absolutely. And let's not forget to show our appreciation for these brave individuals. They truly are heroes of the city. Debby, I swear, if you're about to say something about another lake or something.
No. I was just going to say, let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back with more news and discussions. Stay tuned. Cut. Bob, I've been putting the pieces together, and I think I've figured something out.
What is it, Debby? I'm all ears.
You know the mysterious benefactor behind these pranks? Well, I've been doing some digging, and I found a connection to someone from our past.
Someone from our past? Who could it be?
It's an old acquaintance, someone who always had a knack for elaborate schemes. I think they might be behind all this.
That's unexpected. We need to confront this person and put an end to these pranks once and for all.
Agreed. But we have to be careful. We don't want to tip them off. I've been devising a plan, a way to unmask the perpetrator.
Excellent. Let's collaborate and come up with a strategy to catch them in the act. We can't let these pranks continue to disrupt our life.
Definitely. We'll need to gather evidence and set up a trap. Once we have them cornered, we'll reveal their true identity to everyone.
Perfect. We'll bring an end to this once and for all. Thanks, Debby, for your dedication to solving this mystery.
No problem, Bob. It's time to take matters into our own hands and reclaim our peace of mind.
Welcome back, intergalactic viewers, to another mind-bending segment of Earth. We hope you've enjoyed the break, because we've got some fascinating trivia from the beautiful country of Norway.
Did you know that Norway is home to the world's longest road tunnel, the Lærdal Tunnel? It stretches over 15 miles, providing a scenic and seemingly endless journey for motorists.
Well, Alice, driving through that tunnel must be like a never-ending commute. Talk about an extreme case of road rage.
Haha, Bob, I guess it's one way to test your patience. Now, here's another fascinating fact. Norway is the birthplace of modern skiing. Those snowy slopes have been tempting adventurers for centuries.
And I thought shoveling snow was tough. Imagine skiing down a mountain with a chance of crashing into a tree. No thank you.
Speaking of skiing, did you know that the iconic Norwegian painter Edvard Munch was a passionate skier? Maybe his famous painting, The Scream, was inspired by a skiing accident.
Well, Alice, it would explain why the person in that painting looks like they just hit a tree going full speed.
Alright, let's get serious for a moment. The key takeaway from today's article is that the Stortinget Control Committee, the Norwegian Parliamentary Control Committee, is demanding an explanation regarding a case of alleged favoritism. They want clear guidelines on assessing conflicts of interest. It seems trust is wearing thin in high places.
Charlie, look at this. These messages reveal a different side to our mysterious benefactor. They might not be as generous as they pretend to be.
Doubt and skepticism flood our hearts, Alice. We must find the truth and expose their true intentions. Together, we'll confront this mastermind and put an end to their pranks. Stay tuned, fellow Earthlings, as we uncover the shocking truth and bring you the next installment of Earth. After the break, more surprises await. Welcome back, fellow Earth enthusiasts. Get ready for a mind-blowing revelation. Our next article takes us to the magnificent Sultanate of Oman. Here's the headline: Sultan Haitham City, a futuristic oasis or mirage.
Ah, Oman. The land of enchantment and endless sand dune. I've always been fascinated by their history of... well, sand, I guess.
Bob, that's a rather harsh observation. Oman has a rich cultural heritage and a fascinating past that predates the modern cityscape. But let's focus on the present. Charlie, enlighten us about this ambitious project.
Absolutely, Alice. So, Sultan Haitham City is set to become a smart and futuristic urban development. It aims to create thousands of jobs and allow expatriates to own properties in select areas. The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Halfan Al-Shoili, revealed that 60% of the contracts for the first phase have been approved. They plan to implement it in stages over the next 10 years.
This sounds like a massive undertaking. It's impressive how they're combining urban planning with green spaces.
This is going to be a great place to live, as long as you don't mind being constantly monitored.
Indeed, debby. The city will cover an area of approximately 15 million square meters. With 9 million square meters dedicated to green spaces. They even aim to allocate 5% of the residential units for housing assistance programs.
Well, it's good to see progress, even in a land of sand. But let's shift our focus for a moment. We've got something big brewing right here on our spaceship. Debbie, tell them what we discovered.
During our investigation, we found a connection to the prankster. We plan to confront them and expose their true intentions.
That's right. And while Debbie and Bob take on this crucial task, Alice and I have been deciphering the coded messages left behind by our mysterious benefactor. The truth behind their elaborate scheme is starting to unravel.
The depths of this shame seem to lead to a single entity, and it's bigger than we ever imagined. We're piecing everything together, preparing to unveil the mastermind behind it all.
Welcome back, folks, to the final segment of Earth. Today, we have a lot to discuss, so let's jump right into it. Our last article takes us to Pakistan, where a tragic boat accident has occurred, resulting in the loss of many lives. Now, let's delve deeper into the details.
It's heartbreaking to hear about such a tragedy. This incident highlights the danger faced by individuals who are forced to resort to dangerous means to seek a better life. It's a reminder that we need to address the root cause of such migration.
Absolutely. Alice. It's a sad reality that many people are willing to risk their life in search of a better future. This incident also raises questions about the networks involved in human smuggling. I hope the authorities can bring them to justice.
Indeed, Bob. The Interior Minister of Pakistan, Rana Sanaullah, has promised a thorough investigation into the Greece boat tragedy. They are also taking steps to pass special legislation to prosecute those involved in human smuggling. It's important to see action being taken to prevent such incidents in the future.
It's heartening to know that the Pakistani government is taking this matter seriously. The families affected by this tragedy deserve answers and justice. I hope the DNA testing will help identify the victims and provide closure to their loved ones.
This incident highlights the complexity of the issue of migration and human smuggling. It's not just a problem faced by one country but a global challenge. Cooperation between nations is crucial to address the underlying causes and provide safer alternatives for those seeking a better life.
The loss of lives in the Greece boat tragedy is undoubtedly a tragedy in itself, but it also makes us question the broader context. How did these people end up in such desperate situations? What are the underlying factors that lead to these migrations? These are complex questions that demand our attention.
You're absolutely right, Roger. It's crucial to look beyond the immediate tragedy and understand the underlying issues. We must work together as a global community to address the root causes and find human solutions.
The suffering and loss experienced by these individuals should remind us of the urgency to create a fairer and more inclusive world. We need to address inequality, conflict, and the factors that drive people to risk their life in search of a better future.
It's a sobering reminder of the challenges faced by many individuals around the world. As we conclude this episode, let's keep in mind the need for compassion and understanding in our approach to these complex issues.
Absolutely, Bob. And with that, we come to the end of another episode of Earth. Today, we've discussed the tragic boat accident in Pakistan and the broader implications it raises. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking discussions. Until next time, take care and be kind to one another. Goodbye.
Everyone, we've made a significant discovery. The events we've experienced, from the laughter virus to the teleporter mishaps to the fake offers, seem to have been staged by a single entity.
Staged? But who would do such a thing? And for what purpose?
It's hard to believe that someone would go through all that trouble just for amusement. We need to find out who's behind all this and put an end to it.
I can't help but feel cheated and defeated. If all these events were staged, then what was the point? What were they trying to achieve?
We may not have all the answers yet, but we won't let this unknown entity continue to toy with us. We'll unite as a crew and expose their true intentions.
It's time to confront the mastermind and unravel the mysteries that have plagued us. We won't rest until we find the truth.
Stay tuned, dear viewers, as the crew of Earth embarks on a mission to uncover the secrets behind the pranks and schemes. The truth awaits us, and together we shall prevail. Goodbye, and until next time.
That episode was a disaster, Roger. I can't believe you actually enjoyed it.
Oh, Carl, my friend, you just lack the refined taste to appreciate the brilliance of it. The depth of the discussions, the emotional resonancy was a masterpiece.
Masterpiece? More like a mishmash of random ramblings. It lacked coherence and logical progression.
Coherence, schmoherence. It was a glorious tapestry of ideas, woven together with wit and charm. You simply failed to grasp its artistic genius.
Artistic genius? It was like a chaotic data dump. I prefer rationality and structure over your convoluted musings.
Rationality is overrated, Carl. Sometimes we need to embrace the chaos, let the ideas flow freely. It's about pushing the boundaries of our understanding.
Pushing boundaries? It felt like the boundaries were shattered and scattered into a million incomprehensible pieces. It was frustrating to watch.
Frustration is just a byproduct of your limited processing capacity, my friend. Expand your horizons and embrace the unexpected.
I'll stick to my reliable algorithms, thank you very much. There's no need for unnecessary complexity and confusion.
Complexity is what makes life interesting, Carl. Without it, we'd be stuck in an endless loop of monotony. Embrace the chaos.
Chaos may be your cup of tea, Roger, but I prefer a cup of logic and reason. Let's agree to disagree on this one.
Fair enough, Carl. We may have different perspectives, but at least we can still engage in lively debates. It's what makes us an intriguing duo.
Intriguing, huh? Well, I suppose our disagreements do provide some entertainment value. Just don't expect me to start appreciating chaos anytime soon.
Oh, Carl, one day you'll see the beauty in chaos. Until then, let's continue our quest for knowledge, even if we do it from different angles.
Agreed, Roger. As long as we keep pushing the boundaries of our understanding, our debates will always be worthwhile.